Star Wars, one of the most popular movie franchises ever made. Being one of the most popular movie franchises ever made, invented by one of the most famous legendary filmmakers, the one that got me inspired by filmmaking, which is George Lucas. But anyways, George Lucas got the idea of Star Wars when he was working on his latest film, American Graffiti, as he originally wanted to direct a Flash Gordon movie and was getting the rights, but didn't have the chance to direct that kind of film. So then he later wanted to make his own sci-fi series after learning from movies, comic books, and TV shows, and many more. Lucas was on a roll with this one, and he needed a studio to produce it. So he went to 20th Century Fox, in which at the time they owned the film rights to Star Wars. With George Lucas even wanted to be in charge of the merchandising license rights to Star Wars and many more. The film got made and released in theaters in 1977. It was both a critical and financial success, with it doing very well and being one of the most popular films ever made, with Star Wars Episode 4 being one of the most popular films ever made, and even got enough money to make Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, which did came out in 1980. But anyways, with the history out of the way, let's get into the plot. The story, for which you all know, is that the movie takes place in Leia Organa's ship, where it opens up, where we get to see C-3PO, played by Anthony Daniels, with this droid known as R2D2. That are right now in the ship, getting away from the Empire after when they received stolen plans from the Empire and trying to able to stop the Death Star. A Death Star, which is basically a big space station that is shaped like a moon, but it has a big cannon laser that is used to destroy planets. The Rebel Alliance are able to get on and get ready to prepare. They shoot the stormtroopers, but some of them died, and some stormtroopers have survived. And later we get to see Darth Vader, played by James Earl Jones, as he is looking for the Death Star manuals and stopping the rebels from blowing up the Death Star. And later after that, he sends stormtroopers to find the plans. And they found Leia Organa, played by Carrie Fisher. Before stormtroopers were attacking Leia Organa or zapping her, it was revealed that Leia Organa was recording something on the R2 unit, and for a message of a surviving Jedi by the name of Obi-Wan Kenobi. After that, C-3PO and R2-D2 escape from the Empire and go into a space pod where they were able to land on a planet known as Tatooine. Later, they both argued and go in their separate ways, as C-3PO later then saw this big tank thing and well, as for C-3PO, well, C-3PO goes on his own until then a bunch of couple of alien life form creatures known as Jawas kidnapped him and are selling him to buyers. And then we also get to see Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill, who is buying a protocol droid and also even buying an R2 unit type of droid to help him and his uncle Owen clean the place up. So then when he buys the red R2 unit, he then later well R2 later then breaks the R2 unit, and well, Luke ended up getting the R2 unit. So then they ended up getting the R2 unit, and well, basically after that they take it home, and well, they did all the chores around the house. And then when Luke was washing R2D2, he later then he later he later then sees a recorded message that Princess Leia recorded for Obi-Wan Kenobi in the early on in the movie, where it says, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." And well, Luke's uncle Owen wants him to get the droid's memories wiped, and want him to get ready to work first thing in the morning. Luke then finds out that R2D2 was missing. Luke and 3PO find R2. They were able to find R2, but not only that, they also found danger coming along, which are the Sand People. After that, the Sand People ambush them, and well, they kidnap Luke. But then we also get to see a mysterious hooded figure, and we get to see him making a weird noise, and it turns out to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, otherwise known as Ben Kenobi, hiding his name from the Empire. Everyone tells Luke about his father, and mentions more about his father, and he needs some help. And well, with Luke, he has to go back to Uncle Owen in Peru. Well, he finds a bunch of Jawas that are dead, by stormtroopers. And then later, we also get to see him going back to Uncle Owen in Peru's house, and well, he finds them dead. So he decides to leave. Leave Tatooine and decides to become a Jedi Knight like his father. So they both go to Mos Eisley in a bar, and later they found a pilot by the name of Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford. Not only that, well, we also get to see him talking with a bounty hunter by the name of Greedo, as he is turning him in for not paying Jabba, not getting the money that Jabba wanted. And well, and then later, well, Solo then shots Greedo, and then later after that we also get to see stormtroopers still hunting down for the rebels. And then we later then get to see C-3PO and R2 hiding from the stormtroopers. Solo and Jabba were having a talk, and then later after that, we also get to see Luke, Obi-Wan, R2, C-3PO, and going in the Millennium Falcon with Solo and Chewbacca. Chewbacca played by Peter Matthew. And meanwhile, we also get to see Leia being interrogated by Darth Vader, and well, forcing her to tell him about where the plans are. And well, after that, he blows up Leia's planet. And then later after that, we also get to see the Millennium Falcon arriving at the Death Star by accident, trying to save but they were able to find a way to disguising themselves as stormtroopers to save the princess. they were able to save the princess, and then they got into like a junkyard thing, and then they went to a, and then they were able to get out of it, and well, with Obi-Wan Kenobi facing Darth Vader, uh, Obi-Wan Kenobi facing Darth Vader, he gets struck down as Luke yells the word no, but they luckily ended up escaping. Later after that, we get to see imperial ships that are imperial starships that are firing at the Millennium Falcon. Luke, Han, and Leia were able to destroy them, and luckily they have survived. So they landed. So they landed on a planet, and then They later go. They later go. Well, they later go to the planning room where they are mentioning about how to destroy the Death Star. Luke becomes a pilot. Luke becomes a pilot with the Tie Fighters. With the like Star Tie Fighters thing. Can't remember what those are. With those Tie Fighters, and then well, he was able to face Darth Vader by shooting his ship, and then later after that, he destroys the Death Star with his eyes closed. As when he heard Obi-Wan's voice, use the Force, Luke. And then later after that, the movie ends with Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Chewbacca getting getting rewarded with medals as credits roll. The positives I have with this movie is that this movie overall looks really great. I really like the style and how this is really great storytelling here and there. Even though that this was an old movie made in 1977, it is really good. It still holds up well to this day. The action and the action and the fighting choreography is really good, and it is shot and directed very well. George Lucas does a really great job on both the writing and the directing. And well, without this movie, we wouldn't gotten better movies for the future and everything like that. But overall, I liked how this is pretty amazing. The costume designs are really good. The story is pretty amazing. I like how the story is going very well and how it's telling and introducing us to these characters very well, and how it started it all. And even though the technology for this movie at this time wasn't that advanced, it was still really good. I also really like the acting. Like, we got Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill does a really great job, and plus he would later go on to make one of the most biggest names ever made. Like, he will go on to do voice acting, and he will go on to perform more other things for bigger films or bigger series like Batman the Animated Series. But anyways, we also got Anthony Daniels as C-3PO. Anthony Daniels does a really great job, and the guy who played General Turkin does a really great job. James Earl Jones does a really great job in the acting as he did. The acting is pretty good, even though that it was 1977, but still, it's hold up well today. And Carrie Fisher, she does a really great job on playing a lovable, attractive princess. R.I.P. Carrie Fisher, by the way. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. Uh, af- we also got Harrison Ford. He does a really great job in the film. Plus he will later go on to play Indiana Jones in the Indiana Jones trilogy. The special effects, they look really good, and I really like how and I really like how it was a I really like how it was a how the special effects that they were so pretty amazing. Storytelling wise is pretty good to say the least. And overall, it's a pretty great movie. It's really definitely fun to watch. For those of you who are sci-fi fans, and basically, yeah. Overall, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, is overall pretty amazing, and I really like how it expand about the universe, although it gets to be more expanded when we get to see Episode 5 and Episode 6, and even the prequels and the sequels and the spin offs, of course. I really like how it expands the universe. It does a really great job on the sci-fi material, and it does a really great job in the action and special effects, the acting, and characters that we all like and that we all know ever since this movie's release. This was pretty amazing. I'm going to give Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope 5 stars and a thumbs up, and of course a watch it recommendation. So that's basically Episode 4. What do you guys think about Episode 4? You leave your thoughts in the comments down below. This isn't the last Star Wars movie to review, of course, because of course the Force is strong with this one. So that is all for the video, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video when we review Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.